Welcome back to my t-shirt printers. I'm Mike. It's Windback Wednesday. Let's do this. So what is Windback Wednesday? Well, Windback Wednesday is when I take a previous vlog subject and I try to condense it down to 2 minutes. Although I don't think I'll ever hit that 2 minutes, but we'll give it a go. So today I'm going to go through the pointers on Plastisol Heat Transfers. If you want to watch the full episode, I'll leave the link up here. I think it's pretty darn cool, and just in case I missed anything over here, it's always worth a visit. Right, let's jump right in. These are the things we're going to need to do this transfer printing. Number one, we're going to need some transfer paper. Now I'm going to be using hot split transfer paper. If you use cold split, just know that you've got a difference between a hot split and a cold split. As I said, I'm using hot split. Then screen wise, for mesh count, we're going to need a 43T or a 110 US. Going to need plain old Plastisol ink, no special ink, just Plastisol ink, heat press, and obviously some screen printing equipment. I'm not using any adhesive powders. First, when we expose our screens, you're going to make sure the posi is turned the opposite way around. So we start off the opposite way around when we're printing, so you're printing a negative image almost, and then when we press the actual print later, it comes out the right way around. So start off the opposite and it ends up the right way around. When using transfer paper, it's always a good idea to get into the habit of pre-shrinking the paper. So all you're going to do is grab the pieces that you're going to be working with and pop them through the oven, just on a normal temperature, which you normally dry your shirts at. Once your screen is all prepped and all ready to go, all taped up, put it on your press and just make sure you've got a decent off contact. This is very important. It's that little space between your print material and your screen. Just before you put your transfer paper in place, make sure you're printing on the right side of the transfer paper. So the transfer paper should have like a Dailed side, a normal paper side almost, and a shiny glossy side. You're going to want to print on the glossy side. So slide that transfer paper into place. Let's start printing. Flood your screen a few times, just make sure there's enough ink that pushes through. So when you push or pull your squeegee, you're just giving it a nice gentle pull over it, not hard because you don't want to squish it everywhere. You basically just want to like kiss that piece of paper. Now if you've got a flash that you can just move over your print area, just do that. If you haven't, take your transfer sheet and slide it underneath your flash. Now when flashing it, you just want to gel the ink. So you don't want to fully cure it, you don't want to semi-cure it, you don't even want to flash it really. Start off with a low temperature and slowly work your way upwards. Just to the point where it doesn't come off on your fingers when you test it, but it's still tacky. There's so many flash units out there that there's no set time or dwell time that you can just say this is how much it must be done by. You're going to have to test people. Now you would have noticed I don't use any powder or extra base or anything like that. If you can get the gel temperature dialed in, you don't need the powder. Powder is a glue. It's like a fail-safe. So just try and get that temperature dialed in when you're gelling your transfer. Another thing to check once you finish gelling your transfers is just get a blade or something similar and try peel up an edge of your actual print area just to check to see if it's got a little bit of elasticity to it. Once you're happy with all this, it's time to test your transfer print. Now what I do with my press, I set my press to a pretty heavy pressure, not overly over the top, just a good heavy pressure, and 190 degrees Celsius, which is 374 Fahrenheit. Now it's pretty important to pre-press your item just to make sure that you get as much moisture out of it. What I like to do is when I'm pre-pressing that item, I warm that Teflon sheet up at the same time. Place your print in place, and then I press mine for 8 seconds. Some people press this for a little bit longer. This is all experimenting, so make sure you print enough transfers in the beginning so you can do a lot of experimenting. As soon as it hits that 8 seconds, release your press and peel off that transfer paper. As I said, mine's a hot peel. You got to peel it hot and burn those fingers. And boom! That's a transfer print. Did I make the 2 minutes? Now if you do want to give this a go, I do have some Plastisol sheets I've got left over. I'll put the link in the description below if you want some. Now I know the post is okay in the UK. I'm not too sure about the rest of the world, so just be aware. It may take a little bit of time. So that winds up Windback Wednesday. Say that a few times fast. It's been awesome having you. Make sure to follow us on our social channels. Stay safe, keep creating, smash that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.